Hey there, welcome back to the table. Oh, I just realized I got to switch to dual camera. There we go. That like zooms it in a little bit more. This is triple camera, by the way. That like I sort of like it, but I don't at the same time because it's zoomed out way too much. So I'm going to switch back to the. Anyways, okay. Question was asked, or a statement was made by somebody. And it's very rare that I actually got the rule right instead of somebody commenting. So I got to take advantage of this. No, I'm just joking. Attack advantages. That's these things right here. Swarm, Rada, and position. Right here. Fighters attacking an element may earn all three, but each type may only be earned once per element. Thus, the Rada may only be earned once in an element, even if two spaces qualify. So somebody had made the statement that I should have drawn two Rada, and I just wanted to point that out. We actually got that correct. I think I get everything in this game correct for the most part. It's just sometimes if there's an obscure rule that's not used much, I'll forget. And then, of course, I'm trying to speed up the game because I'm tired, all kinds of reasons, right? And I'm just trying to skip steps. And that's the largest culprit for me. Okay, so let's move to 5. And by the way, while I'm recording this, somebody is watching my Skies Above the Reich playthrough from, gosh, it was at least 2 or 3 years ago. And it was when I was so noobish. I didn't even know how to turn my camera sideways so you can see it this way. Like it was, in the portrait view. And they're slugging through that entire campaign, and I keep writing them and telling them, why don't you come and watch Storm? Because it's the same rules, just, better quality video, and they keep going through it. And so the comments keep coming in, and I hope they're at least enjoying it. I guess they found a lot of rule mistakes that I made. I'm not surprised. All right, so let's go. Recap. We're at 48. We're just on the cusp. We need to get some more of these type of missions instead of those. We are sitting on 68 experience, so I think we're going to go hog wild here. And I rolled a 7. I don't think I'm allowed to spend points to change this roll, which is sort of fine. But in 1943 late, a 7, holy cow, that gets us map 4 again, which is the exact same map we're doing. So we got nailed again. I needed an 8. That one would have been nice, or just even a 1 to a 6. I mean, we had a... So we're going to use this exact same map. All right, so 4. And then let's roll for inbound. Ooh, I rolled a 9. That's outbound. So we're going to spend -7. So I'm just going to put 1 minus sign there. And we're going to change it to inbound. And then we're going to roll... I got a 1 for OP, and I'm going to give us 20 because we're maxing this out, baby. I got to grab the sheet now because I can't remember what the rest of it is. And I'm dropping stuff on the floor. So yeah, we did inbound 20. And I gotta pause. I'm sorry. I'm getting a phone call. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so we got our 20, and you already know I'm gonna pay for this to be a none. So we're gonna go ahead and just roll it now, so I can move this sheet out of the way. So I rolled a 7, which you can see puts us in the none bucket. So we're gonna go to our Coventry. So that's so I was trying to think of what's the name of those buildings that nuns live in, and it's Coventry, right? Am I getting it right? What? It's a convent. That's what I'm thinking of. Convent. See, I totally ruined my joke. It was just totally awful. There's awful delivery. There's nothing I can do about it. There's no recovery from that. So I was going to say monastery, but that's not a nun. That's a monk. So. Anyways, I will spend my OP points in shame right now. So let's do that. So let's go. Ifland, Barr, Schmidt. We lost Buttvargen. All right, so I think, see, we got the same dang map again. So we're gonna do some more rockets, right? So let's get some BF-110s to do the rockets. And then what am I gonna do? Like, am I gonna let them just sit there and do nothing afterwards like I did last time? In a way, yeah. If I, like, let's say I just took a bunch of these guys, right? Because you can put rockets on these guys, right? We can shoot rockets with them. Or at least I believe we can. Yeah, you can put a rocket on a BF-109 or an FW-190. The issue is in order to shoot 8 rockets, I need 8 OP for these 9, 10, 11, 12. But then after it's over, they can go attack, right? So that's, I think, the thing that I'm contemplating is maybe, you know, because if the rockets take planes down, I get experience points for it. Because these BF-110s just sit there and do nothing afterwards. Although I do like the BF-110s because they have the +1. They're better than the JU-88s. So let's think about this for a bit. Can I have a cannon and a rocket? So BF-109, 1 armor and 1 cannon and 1 rocket. So right there, BF-109. FW-190, 1 armor and 1 cannon, or instead of a cannon, a rocket. So the FWs cannot, the BF-109s can. I can do both. Ooh, so here we go. We got Schmidt, Richter, there's 2, Newman, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I have a greeny guy. This guy's green, Zwigert. That's 8. So there's 4 and 4. That's 8 OP right there. Do I really want to do this? Yeah. Okay, so let's try it. So that's 8 OP. This would be 9 and 10. So let's just... So we're going to do rockets. Sky rockets at night. Afternoon delight, right? So we're going to get that in place. We for sure want to do a whole bunch of cannons, right? Why wouldn't we? So 3, 6, 9, and 12. Now what's interesting is, this is the thing I want to clarify. Cannons can't sit back at tail level and shoot unless you're one of the BF-110s or the ME-410s or the JU-80. Actually, I don't even think the BF-110s can do that. Let me think about that. Yeah, it's only the JU-88s and the ME-410s that can do the cannons from tail level. So the rockets we can do from tail level, but these guys can't use cannons. So we may have to reevaluate them, but let's just keep this going. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 points right there. We have 19 technically because we had a 1 OP penalty. So 8, 9, 10, and then here's 8 more for 18. So that means we'd only have 1 more left. And then of course, you know, we're going to get 2 more because of the vector OP thing. So let's say I get these ME-410s in. Those guys, of course, would take some cannons because we do like the cannons from the rear. The cannons from the rear are good. In fact, the fact that I'm putting cannons on my pursuers is actually hurting us a little bit because the cannons from the rear are good. But I hope you would agree with me that the pursuing cannons are really good as well. So if I do this, I'm just looking at the pilots here. The only one that really needs a cannon is Schmidt. Everybody else is like a greenie or a non-green, you know what I mean. So if they would all have rockets, this one would have a rocket and a cannon. I still have 3 cannons left I can do something with. Now, the thing that stinks is because I'm doing this, I can't bring out my experts. I have 3 experts here that I could have equipped with cannons and give them some experience points, right, if they go pursue. I'm sort of taking the angle, well, the BF-109s will be the ones that go pursue. It's an interesting idea. I don't know how much I like it. Because I want to give these 3 cannons... Okay, let me think this through. That's 8, 9, 10. So 10 points just in that. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I technically had 19 points. I get 21 because of the nonsense. So I could, theoretically, bring out another set of Ju-88s and give them cannons. So now I'm shooting a whole bunch of stuff from the rear. Because the cannons from the rear do a lot of damage. We could argue that the rockets are not necessary. I mean, I think people like the rockets, and I hope you would agree. I mean, they're really nice because they cause so much disruption, right? They bring down bombers that have, like, no damage to them whatsoever, but they still go down because the detonations is causing them to lose, drop out of formation. And then people like Barr and Ifland here can just swoop in and take them out. If I did this, there is no room. First of all, these 3 wouldn't be in the mission, and there's also no guys to absorb the fighters or to go home. So 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then these 3 would be 21. So if I take these cannons off of the Ju-88s, they can be the ones that now absorb the cannon fires. But I could also put in 4 BF-110s to do the same thing. That's the thing I'm debating. And of course I can give these 3 cannons to something else. I like it. Obviously, if I can take a bomber down with a rocket, I can actually get experience points for all these guys, if it happens. But then now I'm going to have to keep track of which rocket's being shot by which guy. It's actually very cumbersome if we think about it. And then I also would like to get these 3 in and just have our FW-190s get a little tougher. So right now that's the situation we're looking at. These would go away. Obleser is a expert, and Richter is close, but not quite. Everybody else is a greenie or something else. Okay, so if I took all that away, that gives me 8 points back. So there's a couple options here. First of all, you got these Ju-88s. We could give them all the cannons, right? So now we got 3, 6, 9, 12 cannons shooting from the rear and just tearing up the bombers. Now, what's the drawback to that? The drawback to that is that even Barr and Ifland, they no longer have cannons, so when they go to pursue, even with them manufacturing free hits, we're just at the mercy of whatever we draw. And many times on the pursuit map, we get the kill because we're drawing 2 and getting to pick which one we're going to apply. So for that reason, I don't like this. I mean, I really like the fact that I wish I could have more than 12 is actually what I'm trying to say. As far as the rockets go, I do value the rockets. I don't dislike them. And in fact, that's where the BF-110s come in because they're perfect. They're groups of 4. The rockets are in groups of 4. And yes, that's 6 overall points for all of that instead of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points, right? So we just gained 6 points back. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 is where we're at. So I'd have to remove 1. And I think what I'm going to do is put these cannons over on these guys, because those are my experts, right? And then these cannons on these experts, so I can take one group away. I like the blue color better. So I'll take this group away. And then that lets me keep these two as extras as well. So these are extras to absorb incoming fighters or go home for whatever reason. Like, we don't care if they actually make it to the mission. These two, we do care if they make it to the mission, but they have no special powers. This one has a luck, I believe. But, you know, they can just be extra guys to do pursuit or whatever. So basically, we're going in with the same formation we did last time. I'm not sure I'm against the idea, to be honest. I do wish I had more cannons. And there is a rule, like I said, in 1944, when you can do the Sturm 190s, where they come automatically with cannons and armor, I really, really wonder, you know, does that mean that we don't have extra cannons we can give out? That's the part that I'm wondering about. Okay, thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, we're at the 21. Okay, let's do this. All right, we're going to go to the mission map and get those parameters in place. And then we're going to... I rolled well enough that so far I've only spent 7 experience points, huh? That's crazy. I'm even trying to spend experience points, and I can't right now. But we might do that here on this particular. We're on map 4 inbound again, page 19. All right, I'm going to roll, and then we'll show you. So I rolled a 7, and that's only 1 damage to the lead bomber here. So that would be that guy. And I'm just trying to find the right... Ooh, that's a kill. All right. So if I can down this guy, that is a full kill right there. Dead on arrival. All right, so I'm going to roll for the anchor. The anchor is tail high, which was scary. But tail high is okay, because we only need tail level to do our magic. But if we were trying to drop bombs, that would have been a big problem. You can still get there, but you have to pay a lot of TP. Then we're going to do sun. And I know it's behind here. It's a 4. The sun on a 4 is high flank on the other side of the map. So that could be handy. Sorry, I'm gonna reach. Oh, that was a long reach. All right, gonna pause real quick again, and then we'll get to tactical points. Okay, so remember, higher the roll, the better. A 7 is what I rolled. I know it says 5, it was a 7. 7 is 3 tactical points. A 5 is a healthy number for this phase of the game. Let's roll for the flight limit. Oh, an 8's really good. That's 10, which puts us all the way up to 12. I'm just going to put the camera down. Move that all the way up. And we need to roll for contrails. I rolled a 10, so there's definitely contrails. So we got to revisit this again, because I rarely ever see this. If the sun is present, contrails are present, which means you may spend 1 TP to enter all at tail level and skip the first escort phase of the mission. Escort phase doesn't really matter so much, but going in tail level on turn 1 means we get that many more turns to murder, death, kill. So that's not bad. I don't know. I mean, you know, we can, if everybody's showing up at tail level, then we can just spend one flight limit turn point to get all those tactical points back and then some. So, okay, so I'm going to save a turn to spend a turn. Well, I think the way to look at it, the proper way to look at it is I was going to spend a turn to get tactical points anyways. So now I'm saving a turn to get the tactical points for free. So that's the way I would look at it. But let's get to the vector map, and I need to find it. So I'm going to pause again. Okay, so we got it out. As you know, usual deal. Everybody's here. Let's get the party started. That is a wonderful number. That's a 17, and you can see here a 17. Oh, maybe you can't, but right there, a 17 is 2 fallen bombers. That is an excellent start. So let's see if we get some nice even rolls again. This time we got 2 odds. So let's get the first one out. First one is a wing damage, and who we're going to send after that one. I think that's I think we're going to send Schmidt after this one. So Schmidt has target times 2, quick luck and aim. So I think that's perfect. So he can manufacture 2 hits out of nothing, and then aim can add a third. So we're going to get 3 hits on this guy. So we're going to set that off to the side. Now for the next one. Oh, it's just a gunner damage. So I can send Bar, Iflin. Oh, come on, my dog. Okay, dog is no longer barking. So let's get back to... All right, so I have like these guys, right? They can try to go after him, but the problem is they don't have the ability to manufacture hits. Ifland and Bar can manufacture a whole bunch of hits. So to send them after him, yeah, I'm guaranteed the 2 points, but like I feel like I could do more. But with that being said, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send Obleaser, and we're just going to have to spend some TP points with this one, and I'll give him 2. So that's going to drop us down to 3 overall. And my logic there is Obleaser is an expert, so we want him to get some more experience. And then my other logic is I'm looking at this situation here, and I have a swarm possibly, so I want to try to preserve that. So that's why I chose what I did. And let's move on to the next. So we're now up in the middle zone, and I got a 12. So a 12 is another fallen bomber and a radio. Let's roll for radio. And that's bad. It means, let's see, odd, rerouted, -1 TP and delay marker. So that puts us down to 2 TP now. And you know me, the delay marker is going to go on this JU-88. I'll just put it over here. And then for the, still rolled another odd. All right, so here we go. We got a wing of 1. I'm going to go ahead and send Bar after that one. I would like to just get the points. And we still have Swarm going. All right, so now we go to the final one. This one will move to the low. Everybody else is going to the middle. And let's roll. And that's a 14. That's a good, healthy number. And here you can see somebody has to go home. And we got another fallen bomber. So this one will go home. So no worries there. Then for the fallen bomber, we got an even. So let's see what this turns into. So 2 hits. We got an engine and an engine. So 2 engine. There's a chance that it could be dead on arrival. So I'm actually going to send one of my JU-88s Actually, I'm going to send both of my JU-88s after that. I keep forgetting, you can send more than one. So we're going to send both. Now, there might be some crazy rule that you can only send a group, but I mean, I could try to look that up if you want me to, but it's no different, I think, than any other rule where you can send any combination of fighters to break off and pursue something. So, and that's the whole reason for having those JU-88s, right? Is because they're basically my extra stuff. All right, so let's start with the one we spent TP on. That's this one. So Obleaser has luck. He, I'm just making sure he has a cannon. And here's why I know. He's expert, whereas this one is not an expert, and so he would not have a cannon. Okay, so he has a cannon, and the gunner is down, so that means -1 to the threat. But beyond that, that's it. Not much else. 2 TP. So we're coming in nose high 0. Roll for sun. The sun is a 9, so we got the sun with us. So nose high 0 is a hit. Let's roll. If we get an even, the sun will block it, and we did. So the sun blocks it. That's even better. All right, so we get a hit on this thing, and we're gonna draw 2. I got an elevator or an engine. Ooh. I'm gonna go with the engine because there's a chance for a kill. And it doesn't happen, but that gives us 2 more TP. All right, so because the sun is here, I'm gonna come back here again and spend 3. And let's try it one more time. Nose high 0, this time nothing. That hurts. All right, and then I have 1 final, so I have no choice but to go tail level, and it'll be tail level 1 because of the gunner. Tail level 1 is a hit. I have luck, so I can cancel the hit, and then this hit has to do it, or otherwise we're done. And this is the part that hurts about sending these guys. Oh, it's a cockpit. We might actually do it. Oh, come on. It was a 50% chance, and it didn't happen. All right, so that was a nothing burger. Obleaser walks away with nothing. We already lost one of our cannon guys. Okay, next one. This one has a wing, and it's destroyed. So we wasted Schmidt. Schmidt wasn't even used at all. But we do get at least the experience and victory points, so I'm not going to complain about that. Okay, but no experience points for Schmidt. Next one is another wing damage, and this one's bar. And that was almost enough, but bar is going to come in nose high, and yeah, there's no TP on this one. Nose high is a hit on bar. Bar has the quick ability, but it doesn't seem to help. So he will use his luck to block. And then bar has target ×2, or timing ×2, and aim. So we can get 3 more hits in. So here's hit number 1. Hit number 1. I'm taking the engine. So that'll give us 2 TP. Let's roll for the engine. All right, so hit number 2. There it is. Elevator's a kill. Right here. So that's all we needed. Bar did his job. And he gets 2 experience points. Not enough to level up, but it's getting there. And then we get 2 and 2. And we're on our way. So Bar did a job well done. We won one of our 2 attorney trials. So let's get out the next one, which is 2 Ju-88s. And because they're in a group, they'd be together. And that's the part I think I need to look up. But I'm hoping that the 2 engine damage here is enough to kill it, dead on arrival. So that's not, and then this next one needs to be 7 to 10. There we go, it's a dead on arrival. So we don't have to worry about that scenario, but I can look it up if you need me to. But that is another 2 experience points and victory points. And here we go. We are done. So now I can spend a TP, which I will, because I have 2. I have 2 TP left over. I will spend 1, and we're all going to enter tail level right over there. I'm not even going to bother putting my planes out on the board, because they're all right here. So we are going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 of them will give us, we'll get 19 TP points by reducing the turn track by 1. And so I'm at 1, so that would put me at 20. Okay, the only thing I regret is I would like these 4 to be somewhere else so he can do, we can do our maneuvers, right? So we're at tail level. We start on turn 1 with our move action. These guys aren't going to move because you know why. They're going to be shooting from the tail. These ones, however, probably are going to just stay right where they're at. Or I could go tail high. No, I can't go tail high because it's anchored. This one is the one that needs to move. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at our tail rules and see what how many TP it costs to move out of there. So it says to any flank is 1 TP or to high bombing is 1. So I'm going to go to the flank high with this one guy. We're going to go flank high right where the sun is. So that's going to cost me a TP, but that's well worth it because we just gained 20 TP for the maneuver we just did. So that's all we're going to do for turn 1. So we'll let these guys shoot their rockets. We'll let these guys do their cannons. And then these 4 are just going to wait. And we'll maybe do a swarm next turn now that we got that guy moved. Because we can do a swarm and get Rada and a whole 9 yards. All right, so how do we want to start? Well, we can start with our usual, let's do the rockets first. Last time I targeted the middle one there because I really wanted to take those guys out because by doing so, we know that the rear ones get shot from the rear guns. But there's a part of me that's like, you know what? There's 4 of them there to hit, whereas there's only 3 here to hit. So there's that. But then I also have this situation here. If I can get this one to fall, it's an auto kill. So I'm going to shoot one of my set of rockets at this leading group. And then the other set, I will do the middle, just because if we go erratic, they can at least, hit one of the other elements, something like that. So that's the plan. Let's do these ones first. And as always, we're going to roll. Well, I just rolled an awesome number there. And that was not as awesome. But a 10-3 good buddy is... The 10 is right here. And of course the 3 is a miss. So we do have a detonation right in the front. All right, so let's roll again. So now we got a 10-5. That is a hit in the same location. So we just got another detonation, same location, but this time we get a hit. And here's something I want to point out. So we got an engine, and it falls. So this particular one falls. And yes, we would have gotten a victory point if we were trying my strategy, right? With the BF 109s, or not a victory point, but an experience point. So yeah, that one falls. The staff will at least get an experience point. And here we go. We got 1 on mission turn 1, already down. Okay, I got to write down my experience point for the staff, but then I don't want to lose this thought. This here, we've shot 2 rockets so far, so I'm going to take 2 of these away. This here is a very special location on a board like this. And I don't know how easy it is for you to see. But see these little white lines? Those are element lines. And you can see that there's white lines all around this one spot. And that is because this spot is in both this element here and that element. So when this thing goes boom, it's actually going to cause disruption to both elements at the same time. It's every single element it's a part of. It's not just going to be one of them. So the fact that we have two detonations in that spot means that they're both kaput automatically. And we're still not done rolling. So let's keep rolling. All right, so we got an 8 and a 6, which should be an excellent roll. An 8 is, and then a 6 is going to be a single hit. So the 8 is located right here. And then the 6 is a hit. So we've got another hit on this bomber. And it's another engine. And that one falls. So we're down to just one bomber left in that whole area. And he's going to fall because I can tell you already, boom, boom, and boom is a fall. So let's roll for the last one and maybe hope we miss a bit. Well, I didn't mean miss like this, but it's a red 6, which puts us... Oh, a red 6 is good. That's what we were hoping for. So if there was an imaginary bomber here, because remember it's like a 4-bomber formation, a red 6 is 1, 2 back. So we just hit right in the middle of all that. And here you can even see it. That's what it looks like. All right. All right, that's all the rockets there. Next one. Rockets. So we got a 9 and an 8. The 9 is here. And the 8 is fantastic. An 8 is 3 hits. Oh my gosh, I got to just show it to you. Look at that. An 8 is 3 hits. A 9, obviously a 9 and a 9 would have been bad, but a 10 and a 9 is an automatic kill. But we're going to do 3 bombers, 3 damage. Oh, it does say place on 1 bomber. I didn't realize that. We might have played that wrong in a previous life. Okay, so I rolled a black 9. So where does the black 9 go? I will show you right here. So let's place some damage markers. Well, we don't want to damage this. This one's already dead. So we're going to damage the other one. So here comes damage marker number 1. We got a fuselage. And there we go. Damage marker 2 is a fuselage. And then damage marker 3 is a wing. Ooh. Ooh, I rolled a 10. Look at that. So he actually falls with that damage. So we now have a 3rd bomber down. And get another experience point. All right, we still have 3 more rockets to go. So one second. Okay, so here comes the next one. We're doing some pretty good rolls here. Oh, we got a red 10. That's really good, and a 6 is another hit. So the red 10 is right here. So unfortunately, that 6 is going to hit something that's already dead, but that's okay. Maybe we can get it to fall down. No, we didn't. But okay, so he's got another damage. So that just means he'll be the first to go of the 4. So we got another rocket gone. And We got a 2 and a 1. Now this is bad. The 2 is off the map. So this would be off the map, so nothing there. And then the last one, a 9 and a 3. A 3 is a miss, and a 9 is right there. So we're for sure going to take down some stuff, right? So that part's really, really, really good, and it'll be gone. All right. Let's get to shooting our guns. We know that there's going to be an explosion here, so I think I want to go after that one first. So we have 6 cannons, and I will start moving our guys. I know they're at tail level, but you know me, I like to just represent everything separately. And there's a hit. We got an engine damage. Next roll. Number 2 is a miss. Sorry for the bump. My fingernails hit the board right here. So that's shot number 2. It was a miss. A black 8, red 7. That is a hit, but out of ammo. So let's get one of these MEs out of the action. But we do at least get a hit. And oh, I drew 2. I'm sorry. I need to just draw 1. An engine. Still didn't bring it down, but I got another engine hit. All right, let's keep going. So that was 3. This is 4. Miss. 5. Miss. 6. Hit. And that's the last one for this particular turn, and it's a fuselage hit, so we got 3 damage on that guy, but nothing went down. And we have 1 no ammo, which we can definitely send to go after this guy who's an auto kill. So the no ammo will be automatic 2 points for us. All right, so that was the blast and flak phase. So now we go to the cohesion check. So let's start with the one we're looking at right now. And it passes, and then this detonation causes it to go loose. Let's do the one in the middle. This is not there. I rolled a 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not enough. And I'm not going to do the detonations yet. Then we're going to do this one over here. I rolled a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's why I didn't want to do the detonations yet, because this is in both elements. So we had enough for this to go loose. All right, so now we want to do detonations. So this detonation here, boom, we go loose. This detonation here, boom, this one goes kaput, and the other one goes kaput. This one, boom, this bomber falls, completely full of health. And the next bomber over falls as well. And it will be this one who's an auto kill. All right, and when that happens, these improve. This one element's completely destroyed. Okay, so then we have boom, boom, boom. So, oops, I forgot to put this in. So that's 2 that have fallen so far. This will make it go kaput. This one will make another one fall. And then this will make it go kaput. So we have yet another one that has fallen that is full health, and I'm going to pick the one in the back. So we got a lot of bombers that have fallen. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fallen bombers. And yeah, we got a lot of stuff that can go after them. So the question is what do I want to do? And that's always the interesting answer, or the interesting point. Okay, I want to make sure I don't forget our experience points for those fallen bombers. So we're going to get that in. And we move on to mission turn 2. All right, so we're in the move phase. Obviously, I want to intercept those bombers, right? We got our little no ammo guy. He's going to intercept the one that's an auto kill. So let's take care of that right now because you know I like to get those out of the way. So we have an auto kill one right here. Just a refresher, it was because of the 3 elevator damage. So all he had to do was just do a drive-by and it's a kill. So 2 experience, 2 victory points. All right, so that's done. Now we need to go after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bombers. And I'm going to use BF-110s in groups. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. We're going to go after 4 of them, just like this. I could split this into 1 and 1, so we can go after 5. And yeah, that's actually what I'm going to do. So how am I going to do this? Well, these ones that have 0 damage, we're going to put 2 bombers or 2 fighters up against them, right? And then here we have a 0. And then we got another 2. So let's figure out, I think both of these have engine damage. So this one's also just an engine damage. So we'll let this guy go after this one. And then this one will go after all these. Now, as you know, I can always change my mind on who's going after what, but I'm pretty locked on this one. Now, why did I do that? Well, number one, it uses those BF-110s, and hopefully we won't get too much damage, although that's always a possibility, right? I could end up losing OP or whatever because of this. But the other one is it keeps my swarm. These guys are fully capable of chasing them down, but I want to swarm, and by swarming, I'm going to take down even more. I'm being greedy. We're going for big time points here. So that's what the goal is. And so yes, they're attacking. And so they would be attacking, remember, it's a tail level attack. And then that one over there is attacking from the high, evasive, with the sun at his back. So he's going to be able to block a hit for free. So who are we going to go after? What are we going to do? I'm not going to make the mistake of deciding right now because we have to do our cannons. And we have 5 of them, if you recall. There's a real good chance that this one is going to improve because there's only 4 tokens there. So there's a good chance I'm going to roll a 4 or higher. So I don't think that's going to be kaput. This one's completely destroyed. Everything else is barely touched. So whoever I go after with these guys with the cannons, I need other guys to go after with swarm. And so I'm going to leave that element alone and we're going to pick on a different one. So I can pick on that one way in the back or this one over here. And I think I'm going to pick on this one over here. So remember, we have 5 shots and we're going to go after this guy right here. Here's shot 1. That is a miss. 2. That is a hit with out of ammo. So that is an engine damage. And he's not down. All right, so let me reach across the table, take one of them off. All right, so we got another out of ammo dude. And he's just gonna sit there at tail level and wait. So that was 2, 3. That's a hit. It's a nice wing damage. And then 4, that's a hit. It's an engine damage, and he goes down. So we got another one down. On mission turn 2. I'm just trying to make room. This sheet is getting very full. All right, and then last one. This one has fallen. Okay, last one. We're going to go after this one now. And that's a hit. So we did very, very well this round. Holy cow, did we do well. It's a fuselage of 1. Okay, so cohesion. Let's roll for the one that we think is not going to do well. And yeah, it improves. And then over here, this is just 2 of them, so nothing happens. That one in the back, I rolled a 2. So that one does degrade, and that was a perfect time. So we can go after him. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So we got 4 guys here. Oh, no, I'm grabbing the wrong ones. All right, Ifland is a beast all on his own. So Ifland, the beast, the myth, and the legend, is going to go right here to take on this one. Okay, then we have Aaron's and Frey, who, the guys with the cannons have luck. So we can have, for example, 2 of them like this, because that's the way we get the Rada, right? And then this one can shoot after this guy who has no damage, or this one which has 3, and we're going to have him go after the one with 3. Like so. And then Richter, of course, is coming in, and he's going to be evasive going after this one. So we're actually going to go after all 4 bombers, maybe with varying levels of success, of course, but that's what we're going to do. And I wish I gotta move this closer to me because I'm reaching all the way across the table for this one. All right. Evasion, or collision check, I mean. So we have a no impact, which we don't get to keep on the board because the guy's evasive and blah, blah, blah. All right, where are we going to go? Well, the 4 that are coming from the tail are going to climb towards the sun. Right? We're very predictable this way, right? We always play the same. The one that's coming from the sun is either going to go towards the tail or towards the nose, and we'll have them go a dive towards the nose. Because this is all empty. So we could even have the other guys go towards the nose because this is all empty. So if they were to progress, they would go this way. However, they're coming from the tail, so they're not going to progress much. The guy coming from the sun will progress. So we'll have him move this way into this element where it's all empty. And when an element's empty like that, all those numbers are 0. So it's an automatic 0. Okay. So who do we want to go first? We could probably pick Ifland because Ifland will be guaranteed to get some hits in. Yes, I like that idea. So let's do Ifland first. We have a Rata, position, and Swarm, just in case you're wondering. Okay. So Ifland has a threat of 3, but it is anchored. So it becomes 4, but the kaput brings it back down to 2. So he's tail level 2, which is something we experience all the time. So let's do that. Ifland at tail level 2, he takes a hit and nothing happens for the bomber. I'm looking at his skills. Does he have quick? No, he does not. He has 3 luck skill though, so guess what? We're canceling it with the luck. And let's apply some hits. So he's going to use his timing number 1. Here's 2. We got an engine and a wing. Ooh. The engine can make it fall, which means he can then pursue something later. Yeah, let's do the engine. And of course it doesn't fall. That was a decent wing one. All right, so now he's going to use his aim to get hit number 2 in. And I'm going to shuffle these a little bit. All right, hit number 2. We have a fuselage or a gunner. We'll do the gunner. Okay, now we're going to go timing number 2. So he's becoming more and more useless. That or I have to use a swarm. But I'm going to save the swarm for the other guys. So timing number 2. We have a wing and a wing. This one's for 1 damage, that one's for 2. So we'll take the 2. And I just rolled a 10. And that blew this thing out of the water. So it is destroyed, it's not fallen. Okay, a couple of things I gotta do. Off camera, I'm grabbing Ifland. And he doesn't appreciate being grabbed, by the way. And I'm giving him 2 experience points. The next thing is we gotta, he used, this is mission 5. He used his luck, his timing 1, and his timing 2, and his aim 1. But he still has aim 2. And he still has 2 luck. So if I do send him after one of those pursuit bombers, I just need to make sure, aim is all he has left. So that's not the best odds. Like if he would have kept his other timing, that would have been better. But the fact that he knocked one out, fantastic. No complaints whatsoever. And then we draw. He's in a threat level of 1 now, because it's 4 minus 3. And he is climb rolling into the sun, so he gets to skip continuing fire. It's almost as if I've played this game before. All right, so we're going up into the sun, and he's doing fantastic. We got ourselves a very, very nice kill. Okay, and by the way, we've already scored 10 victory points. So let's do, we should probably do the ones that don't have luck. So we'll do, well, of course, we do Ehlers. That's a 5 threat there. And that 5 only gets reduced to a 2. We're going to do Frey next. Frey is in a 3 because it's anchored tail. This is a 3, but it's reduced by 2, so it's now a 1. It's a tail level 1. Determined, of course. Tail level 1 is fantastic. 2 hits with nothing back. I'm sorry, that's a tail level 0. Tail level 1 is still decent. He takes a hit and does a hit. Too bad it wasn't tail level 0. That would have been, if it wasn't for the anchor, that anchor is what ruined it. We would have been perfect. All right, so we take a hit and do a hit. Now, Frey has luck. So he blocks the hit with his luck. No worries. Let's apply the hit. And this is all he has. So, so we got a wing or a fuselage. I'm taking the wing. I roll, it doesn't do anything, but it's adding even more stuff to make that cohesion check fail. And then we're gonna roll for, or do continuing fire. And he is gonna take another hit because we're not dive rolling, and he's definitely determined. And so I will use a position to save him. And have him go home, and his luck is gone. All right, I need to write that down because I'm not going to remember. Okay, next. Yes, I want to do Ehlers because he has no protection. And I wasn't able to take this down. I was hoping to take this down so we can get another -1 here. But so that's a 5 that becomes a 2. So tail level 2. Tail level 2 is a hit and hit. You can see right here. So we will use the rudder to block the hit. And then we will apply the hit, which is just going to be 1 hit, or 1 token draw. And it's an engine. And it falls. Very interesting. So this guy fell. And it has an engine damage. All right, so Ehlers, actually you're supposed to do continuing fire after everybody's done attacking. So it is possible that the whole element will improve before you draw. And I haven't been doing that because I'm lazy, but I really should wait. And I think in this case I will, because this 5 may not be a 5 by the time I do continuing fire. So I'll leave that there. Aaron's has nothing to attack, so he can't do anything anymore. So we don't do anything with him, although everything's supposed to be simultaneous. Oh gosh, let me look that up. I don't think he does anything for this phase, but he would do continuing fire. I think that's how this works. Okay, we still apply the attack card. So I'm going to wait and not do his yet, because we're going to do the evasive guy and maybe take out that other bomber, which gives us another reduction to our lethal level. So, so we're going to do the evasive guy here. Richter is now going to go up against this one. So we're coming in oblique high with a threat level of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oblique high with a threat level of 1. We have to do a collision check, and we take a hit. That hit is blocked by the sun, and so this would progress 1, 2, 3 into the 0 zone, because that's how he's going to progress. And then we're going to use Swarm. And did I just read that Swarm can only be used if you're in determined mode? That would actually be awful. I should have used Swarm instead of Ehler's. Well, hold on a second. Let me check that. Okay, I confirmed I was smoking pot on that suggestion, but I did read something fantastic about Swarm that I didn't realize you could do. The fantastic thing about Swarm is in continuing fire, you can use it at continuing fire, and you can shoot at any bomber that's in your element during continuing fire. So Aaron's here didn't get to take anything down, but technically, yes, he does get to take something down because he can use the Swarm. But I also verified that Richter here can use Swarm to hit this guy if that's what we wanted to do. And I'm just taking a quick peek. Richter has 3 experience. Aaron's only has 1, but Aaron's is already an expert with luck. Ehlers, the guy who just went, this one, who took this down, he only got his first experience point from taking that down. So I don't know why I keep putting him in the battles, but he's really not that good. So what do I want to do? Well, first of all, I got to draw the collision check and see what happens, because technically that occurs before anything here. The sun did block the hit, of course. And we have an a proximity 2, which is ignored because he was evasive. So no worries there. Oh, he was evasive. So that means we use the bottom one. So he only moves 2, but it's the same outcome. This is a 0 threat element. And he still would have taken a hit, but that was blocked by the sun. So now the question is do I want Richter to do 2 damage to this, or do I want Aaron's? Because I have a Swarm still. And we do have to draw an attack card for Aaron's. So let's do that. He is tail level 1. Tail level 1 determined, and you can see he takes a hit and he can ride the tail. Obviously he's not going to ride the tail, and Aaron's going to have to use his luck to avoid that hit. So that blows. So we used a lot of our luck, but that's sort of the par for the course here. So now the question is who's going to apply the 2 hits? Should we have Richter do it or Aaron's? Aaron's has 1 experience. He's already an expert. We could try to make him the next. He can become the next partner of Barr, Schmidt, and Ifland. Or Richter, if he downs a plane, flat out destroys one, he can become an expert, but I would probably just give him another luck. And then, of course, Buttfargen was so awesome. And moment of silence for him, please. Okay. I think I'm going to let Richter just go home. So he's evasive, so he'll just do an evasive return. And then when I draw the continuing fire for him, I'll apply 2 hits to either of these bombers. Ehlers here. Let's do his continuing fire. He is in a threat level 1. Determined. he takes a hit. That's not good. I don't have any hit cancellations left. So he has a fuel damage. All right, then let's draw for Aaron's. Same deal, threat level 1. And we are climbing. Fighter switches to evasive mode and breaks away to tail low. So all that means is he's just gonna return to the map over here. Not in that box, but in the one below, because it's evasive. He just doesn't go where the other ones are, and that's fine, but he takes no damage. And yes, we're gonna apply 2 hits now. And which one are we gonna hit? We could hit the guy in the back, but this, remember, this is kaput, so he's gonna fall anyway, so we're gonna hit this one twice. So let's try our first hit. With Swarm, we got a engine or a fuselage. So what I can do here is I'm actually gonna try the engine, because then I can hit both bombers. Because I just rolled a 7, so this one just fell. And that's awesome. And that's an experience point for, who are you again? Aaron's. This is like taking my kids out to the park. Which one are you again? All right, and then the last hit we're gonna apply here. All right. I got an engine or a wing. Ooh, I'm gonna do an engine. The wing one would only be 2 damage. Yeah, let's do the engine, because this falls on a 4. And boom, we just knocked another one down. So he gets experience for this. So he just gained 2 experience points for knocking down 2 bombers. So this whole using it during continuing fire thing, I totally forgot that you can do that. And what an amazing way to use Swarm. Because basically I'm just racking up experience points for this guy, taking out all the bombers, and that whole element is gone. So we have so many, by the way, bombers down that really there's no point in continuing. Okay, so we now have to go to mission turn 3. And just to give you an idea, these are all intercepted so far. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more bombers waiting to be intercepted. None of them are guaranteed kills. So if we go to our move step, we have, of course, these 2 guys come in. This one goes up. We'll have to do him later. This one moves up. This one's just a no ammo, and those ones are sitting at tail level. So are we going to pursue yet? We don't have to. We can pursue next turn and still hit every one of these guys. No worries. This one right here, for example, is an engine hit, a wing, another engine hit, and another engine hit. So there's a real good chance that this is a flyby kill. So, there's stuff like this that it's not a guaranteed flyby kill, but 3 engine hits is pretty devastating. And that's what I gotta, sort out, is like, how am I gonna, I'm just looking over at the sheet here. 3 engine hits means a 4 to a 10 is a kill. So I could try to send my no ammo guy after him, just banking on the fact that it's going to be a flyby kill, and that's me being as greedy and efficient as possible, right? I don't know if that's what I should do, but that's what I'm thinking about doing. So after finishing the move, we got to do our cannon attacks. So here's our dilemma. I mean, that one way over there is untouched. This one's completely destroyed. This one's partially. So I think we should probably start picking on this one. And then maybe we need to get realistic about, I have 4 ME-410s with cannons that could pursue bombers. Oh, I forgot. We got to do that over here. So let's see if this guy survives. I'm feeling lucky. How about you? Let's get a 6 or higher. There it is, right there. I don't know if you can see the shadow, but that's my fist pumping in victory. All right, so we survive. And it is time to pursue 4 bombers. We need to pursue 4. So if I leave these guys with the cannons, I need to be really careful looking at my situation. I have Frey here who used his luck already. So if I send him after something, he's going to potentially get shot down. So if I send Ifland, as long as he gets a hit, he can manufacture another one, but that's it. And he has 2 luck, so Ifland can for sure go after somebody. So we're going to send Ifland on the hunt. So he's going to go after one of these guys, and I'm going to pick one of the ones that just has an engine damage and nothing else. So we'll go ahead and do that. So what do I do with Frey? Well, I can send him after the one that I think is going to be the drive-by kill. That's actually not a bad idea. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to send him after the guy with the drive-by kill. Or the one that has like the 3 engine damage that we think is going to be a drive-by kill. Because otherwise I'd send him home. Ehlers and Richter are still moving up. Ehlers has no protection, neither does Richter, so they're not super great at chasing anything. And then we have Aaron's over here who used his luck, so he has nothing to protect him. And I still have 2 bombers to go after. I can wait one more turn before I go after them. I have, like I said, 4 Me-410s that can chase something, that have cannons, so meaning that they get a hit, it'll be good. But we're gonna shoot their cannons. Let's try to take down one more. So here's shot number 1, and that's a hit. All right, we got a wing, and it's a wing of 2. Here's shot number 2. That is also a hit. We have a fuselage, but this one's a cool one. That has a cockpit of 3, so that's a lot of, that's a 50% chance of it being a drive-by kill. 3rd shot. That's another hit. We're doing fantastic with these rolls. That's a fuselage. 1 more, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4th one. That is another hit because that's a 9 and a 6. I thought for sure that was a double at first. Here's the last one. We got a wing damage. And the wing damage is 2. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's 1 away from being destroyed. So now we do cohesion checks. And really, this is the only element to roll for. Everywhere else, oh, well, actually, technically we have this one. So that one's fine. This one here, we're gonna roll. A 10 is not gonna do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 10, 6. 10 keeps it stable. It doesn't even go to a loose. I think that one's gonna be a dead on arrival if we can get him to go down. So we move to mission turn 4. Right now, I have to commit 2 fighters to go after those bombers, or otherwise there's a chance that we won't be able to catch those bombers. This one becomes, Aaron's becomes available. These 2 become available. I have, like I said, 4 cannons, and I will send 2 on the hunt. So I'm just going to take this guy and the one on top here. We're going to send them on the hunt. They have cannons, which, like I said, if I get a hit, it'll be good. And obviously, I'm willing to lose them and lose the OP versus losing one of my named pilots. So now I only have 2 guys left to fire, and we will fire at this one still. So let's keep going. That is a hit. Barely, but it's a hit. And it doesn't even matter what we draw as long as it was 1 damage. Actually, technically, you have to resolve this first. Okay, I didn't roll a 10, or otherwise he would have fell. But this is a destroy. So we actually destroyed, which is fantastic because now we don't even have to pursue it. And that's 2 victory points for us. Then we got one more to shoot, and we have no choice but to go after this other element over here. And that's an out of ammo. So we've got another out of ammo situation. And I think that's pretty much going to wrap this up, because I don't know, I mean, maybe we can get one more to fall. And it doesn't. That is a cockpit. That would be nice to fall. But, okay, so now we do cohesion. This one over here is just a crappy 2. That one's a 4. Red, black. This one actually goes to kaput. And that's it. That guy over there only has 1 damage. So now we go to mission turn 5. And you can see here, we still have a lot of turns left. I mean, it goes all the way up to mission turn 11. We're out of planes. I got those 2 guys over there who have no protection, although they do have the sun. So I could maybe do like a evasive attack. And in fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack with them because they have the sun on their side. So we'll go ahead and do that. This one over here doesn't have the sun. I'm thinking about sending him home just because I don't want to lose him. He's up to 3 experience points towards his 2nd level up. And I don't want to... I could spend a TP to move him towards the sun. When he's low, how much does it cost? To go to the flank low is 1, to nose low is 2, but he can't go to any flank. You know what, we'll just go ahead and move him up to tail level for now. We still have 1 guy with a cannon, and we'll still keep cracking at that one. So let's do it right now. And that's a miss. Cohesion, we do the same red and black that we did before. So the kaput improves on the 1. And so what we got here, this is their issue. See, that's a 3. And even though I have the sun at my back to block a hit, I eventually have to move. Like I'm going to be progressing, and the progressing is going to kill me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to progress to the other flank. We're going to go straight across, and it'll be a dive. So these both are going to be evasive. I'm going to draw for the BF-109 collision check, and we have a nothing burger. And so let's start with the BF-109. There's no advantages given to us, so we're coming in oblique high with a threat level of 3. Oblique high 3, you can see here we take a hit, but we're evasive actually. So we progress 2, and the reason I chose for them to go towards us is if you see there, when he progresses 2, he's going to go into this element where all the planes are destroyed. So he's actually progressing somewhere where there's 0 threat. So that's exactly what he's going to do. And then when we draw his continuing fire, you can see he's got a nothing burger. But he didn't hit anything either, so that stinks. And then we go to the next one, oblique high 3. And that would have been a hit, but we did this, and he also progresses 2. So all this was just an exercise of drawing cards. And, or no, we would have been at 0. So still nothing, although that was a little scary. So both of these guys... I know I'm being lazy and I apologize, but basically both of them progressed 1, 2. They're in an element, this element here that has 0 planes, and then they just go evasive return on the flank on this side. Okay, that brings us to the end. Now we go to mission turn 6. And we're trying really hard just to take down one more plane here. I have this guy who can spend a TP to go high, but then we're going to do what again? Just draw cards for nothing, and I just spend the TP for nothing? These 2 move up like so. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to attack with him, because like I said, he has no luck to protect him. And it would be a 3 threat to come in from there because there's an anchored tail. So I think I'm just going to let the cannon keep firing and see what we can do. And there's a hit right there. Fantastic. So let's bring this thing down. All right, it is no die roll, so that doesn't help. It doesn't help at all. However, we can do a cohesion check, and it fails, and then the same original ones we do. This one finally became loose, so it has a 3rd marker. But yeah, nothing to report. So we go to mission turn 7. These 2 guys come back up, and I have that other guy sitting there. I mean, we got 3 unprotected guys that I don't want to lose, so they're just flying around. And then we got that one guy with the cannon. So I think we're just going to keep attacking with the cannon, and these guys are hanging around to pursue whatever drops. That's another hit. So the cannon is paying off, no doubt about that. So with this one, it is a 9. And we drew an elevator of 2. Still not enough. I'm going to roll for these 2. This one goes to kaput. And then the one in the back there still didn't roll anything. Mission turn 8. I'm going to go ahead and just fly Richter up. I'm just flying for no reason. And I still have 2 guys with no ammo sitting here too. We're going to keep attacking with that cannon, and that is a miss. So this one goes up, the one in the back. That does not do it. Here's 3 markers. He needed a 1 or a 2. Okay, so nothing came out of that. Mission turn 9 out of 11. So these guys at the flak level, they're going to go join Aaron and the tail level. And what I'm preparing for is to give myself 3 TP, because if this cannon, this ME-104 or 110 or whatever, if it goes out of ammo, I want to shorten the length of the game so that way I can get more TP points. Okay, that's a hit. That is a fantastic hit. So we're still in it to win it. It is a wing. They're just not making it easy though. I didn't roll a 10. The wing is a 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This thing's got 8 damage on it. All right, so let's do cohesion check. These 2. Nothing, and then the one in the back, that's still a nothing. So we now go to mission turn 10. There's 2 turns left in the game. This turn and the next one, and then that's it. So I'm not changing a thing. We're gonna keep attacking with that cannon. And right there it is, doubles. So he's out of ammo. It was doubles, it wasn't this situation. So we're out of ammo, and I'm just gonna go ahead and send these no ammo guys home, because we don't need them. We don't need you, scram kids. Okay, now we're gonna roll for these, which is a silly roll. This one over here off camera is going kaput. And then that one over there does go loose. But it doesn't matter. There's only 1 turn left in the game, and I can't make it fall unless I attack it. And oh my gosh, how many balls does it take to attack this thing? We're on the final turn of the game. Let's move the camera in. Our situation is, this element's now loose, so this becomes a 2. These guys have no protection. They can go in for the attack and go down in a ball of flame. I would dive roll them this way because this element is completely destroyed, so they would not, they're not going to progress because they're coming from the tail anyways. First things first. This one's going to go to the pursuit map, because if these 2 bring that down, somebody's got to be there to pursue it. So he's going to the pursuit map right now. So he'll be there ready. These two can go in like this. And actually what I can do is send him to the pursuit map because these two would get a rata because they're both determined in the same fighter type. So let's do it that way. I do have to draw a collision check, and if I pass though, I get a rata. So let's do it. I'm gonna draw a collision check, and I get a proximity 2. So I rolled a 1, and that is awful. That never happens. If the number rolled is less than the number printed on the marker, a collision occurs. If equal to higher, the collision is avoided. So I got to see the rulebook, page 38. That's interesting. I don't even remember what happens when the collision occurs. It might be page 40. See below. Collision. Roll another die. If I roll an even, the fighter collides into the bomber. The fighter is destroyed. No bailout. Draw 4 damage markers and place them on the bomber. Oh, I don't even need 4 damage markers on this bomber. If there's no bomber in the space, select a different one. If the space is outside an element, then there's no bomber, then they are all fallen destroyed. Treat as an automatic odd. If an odd is rolled, the fighter crashes into another fighter and both of them are destroyed. If there is no other fighter in the space, it crashes into another fighter in the element. Okay, this is awful. Basically, somebody's dying and there's no bailout. Yeah, this is why you don't do evasion. Oh my gosh. All right, well, I guess I want an even because I'd rather kill the bomber than kill my guy. And I didn't say who was doing it, but it would be the non-expert guy, of course. And there it is, even. So I at least got lucky. I'm going to hit the bomber instead of my other fighter because I would have lost an expert out of the deal. This guy would have been dead. I'm getting him home while the getting's good. Ehlers is dead. There's no recovery for him. And so I got to cross him out now. He only had 1 experience point, so we're not going to cry too much, but we did just lose another pilot, so we now have another pilot killed, so that's 2 PK so far. All right, we get to do 3 hits to this sucker. And yes, it still does catastrophic, or 4 hits, I mean. There's a wing. 4 hits is more than enough to kill this. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 12. This thing is destroyed. It goes down in a ball of flame. Destroyed, destroyed, destroyed. And oh, my guy doesn't go home. I have to keep him out there. Actually, we gotta resolve the stuff. So I would get experience points, except the guy who did the killing is no longer alive. But the staff gets experience. And then Aaron still has to draw a card, but now you can see he has a threat level of 1. I'm bringing you back here because I don't want to reach across the table. So tail level 1 for the guy who survived Aaron's. He actually would have hit, but there's nothing to hit, so he's okay. And then we do continuing fire, and his threat level 1, but he was dive rolling, because remember we said he was coming this way, so skip continuing fire. All right, I am done touching this map. In fact, all my guys are gone. I mean, technically Aaron is still on the map, but I don't care. That guy went off to pursue, but there's nothing to pursue because we destroyed the bomber, which fine by me. So Richter is going to go home. So we got ourselves, right now, nobody is in the hot bucket, but we're not done yet. I mean, I'm saying that nobody's in the bucket to be destroyed, you know, like auxiliary, you know, losing auxiliaries, but we're chasing a lot of bombers, and we can take hits doing that just as easily as anything else. And yeah, this collision check thing really blows. And the unfortunate part is that, you know, the designer gives you a low number. So the fact that I had a collision, it's a rare occurrence for it to be that bad. But boy, oh man, like it's so rare I had to look it up in the rules. I just always remember it's never good. And I guess, so one of you could have suggested, or may suggest that, well, why didn't you just make one of them evasive? And what an excellent point you make. I mean, I could have made one of them evasive and then this whole problem could have been resolved. That was just very poor planning on my part. All right, so let's do a recap before we resolve these final pursuits. We are sitting at 5, 10, 15, 20 experience points. We've only spent 7, so this number is going up even more. We have 5, 10, 14 victory points. We're only 2 shy of the 16 and 6 shy of the 20. I think we're going to have a 20-point day looking at the lineup that we got coming up. But obviously we got to play it, and so see how it turns out. So here we go. We got our, it's out. And for lack of originality, I'm just going to grab the first one and we're going to go with that one. So this one, we have a group of 2 pursuing a bomber that has no damage at all. So I'm sitting on 19 TP. I'm going to give them I'm going to give them 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That might be too many, but we're going to come in nose high with both of these, determined. So let's do the first one. Nose high, determined. We got a jam. That's not good. And no, this is not a backyard band. So the jam just means, yeah, now he barely hits. And then the next one, nose high, determined, is a hit. And that's where we're going to start losing some of our guys. Because I have nothing to mitigate. Oh, I do get to roll for sun. So let's do that real quick. And that's a 9. Sun. Oh, there's sun right here. Okay, so we get to roll to see if he's protected. Oh, of course not. Of course not. All right. This is a wing of 9. So let's see if he survives it. He does not. And then let's draw the hit that he does to the bomber. And it is a wing, 4 damage. It's really good. Rolled poorly again. So this one's going to go on the wing. And a 7 to 10 will survive. Help him survive. Not real optimistic there. Okay, our jam guy is going to spend a TP to go tail level. Or no, we're going to spend... Ooh, should I spend 3? We're going to go in nose high again. Have the sun help us. Sure. Nose high, nothing burger. That is awful, awful, awful. So now we go to the return box, and now I'm going to have to go level 3, tail level 3. And I'm looking at, I put some cards in the wrong spot, so forgive me. All right, tail level 3. This is our last hurrah. Tail level 3, boom, boom, and a ride the tail. So he will take a damage. It's only a 2. I have to roll an even to see if we hit because he has a jam. And we do hit, which is excellent. Excellent, Smithers. And we get a fuselage, which reduces the gunner. So that means I have no choice but to ride the tail because otherwise this bomber gets away. It is now a tail level 2 because the gunner reduces the threat by 1. Tail level 2 is a 1 and 1. So we do take another hit. And, ooh, that one's bad. And let's apply the hit. Oh, come on. It's a fuselage of 3, and he's going to get away. All right, we're out of TP. He gets away. Oh, when I did the wing damage, did I roll the 9 or 10? I can't remember. I think I did. I only rolled a 1 or something like that. Yeah, I did. It didn't blow up. Anyways, this one gets away. And we're probably going to lose an OP for this. So we're going to roll for the 2 first. Oh my gosh. A fuselage. Fuselage. All right, so we got 2 of them in the chopping block now. And we're just bringing more for the chopping block. This one is going to have an engine. So it has 2 TP. I'm going to let it ride. I don't have a lot of faith that this one's going to do anything, but let's try. So nose high 0 is nothing. And then we're going to just, oh, I'm sorry, so he got a +1. So nose high 1 is a hit on him. Ah, you suck. All right, so now we got to roll for the 8, and we fail. And this is an engine damage. And we're just not doing well with our interceptions at all. We're not getting any victory points. We're not getting anything for this. This has just been abysmal. All right, so this one has a wing, a fuselage, and no TP. Well, I get to see the wing damage first. Okay, so I do have to assign some TP if I want to. I'll give him 2 TP. We're going to come in nose high. Nose high 1. Hit and hit. So, oh, I got to roll for sun. Nothing. I'm going to roll for sun on that last mission. Nothing. Okay. Here's our hit. Cockpit. He goes into the chopping block for cockpit. Yes, I rolled right away. I know. Then let's do our hit. We got an engine, which would have been great. So I need to roll a perfect 10 or it's done, and it's done. So we're getting nothing so far. I've sent all these BF-110s and look at what's happening. I have 4 of them on the chopping block, and we got 0 victory points for this. This has been a complete backfire so far. And I know somebody mentioned in the comments that this game is just way too much RNG, and they're right. There's a lot of RNG in this. I have no control over the card I draw other than, ooh, I'm going to go here versus there, but you're really just playing probability odds. Okay, this next one, we have 2 BF-110s and an engine damage, so we have a TP of 2, and I'm not going to spend any TP. Well, I'll spend 2. So we are now down to 11. And I'm just concerned I'm going to take some hits right here. So right there's the first hit. Then for the other one, it's a hit and a hit. So let's draw for the first one and the second one. And those are just atrocious. So I'm probably going to have both of them in the chopping block. And then we do a hit, which is another engine. That's pretty impressive. But I roll a 1, so it sucks. Let's roll for this. He goes to the wing. And then let's roll for the next one. He goes to the wing. So far we're 100% shot down, and we are 0% for hitting the bombers. This was an absolute worst decision I ever made. So now I got 2 more BF-110s with a bomber that has 0 damage. Last time I spent 4 chasing these, so I'm going to spend 4 again. So 1, that brings me to 10, 2, 3, 4. So we're at 7. So I don't know why I bother, because these nose high attacks are going to just get me killed. All right, there's a hit. And that's a nothing burger. So let's do the hit. Fuselage of 2. And now we have 4 points. Oh, let's roll for sun. There's no sun. I should probably just do tail level. Tail level 3. Hit and ride the tail. I'm going to ride the tail. Hit and ride the tail. I'll ride the tail. Hit. So just 3 hits. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3. We can surprise ourselves later on that one. Let's do the next one. Tail level 3. We finally hit. Okay, it's an elevator of 2, which is not enough. So let's see, I spent 2 TP for that. And now we got to see if this guy survives the miracle run. Got a 2, a 4, and a 6. We'll roll for the 2. We'll roll for the 4. We'll roll for the 6. Well, the 6 failed. All 3 of them were wing. So we got a whole bunch in the wing damage. They're all getting shot down. All right, I have 2 TP left. I will spend 1 more to do tail level 2 evasive. Tail level 2 evasive. That paid off. The thing is, this is the last hit, and it's not going to help us because I'm out of TP. I have to spend a TP just to get out of the evasive return, and there's nothing out here that's free. So we didn't do anything, but at least one guy makes it home alive. That's our first BF-110 to make it home. I don't know if that was the right call. It felt so good at the time I made the decision, and we scored 0 victory points. We had 5 bombers we pursued. We scored 0 victory points against all 5 of them. And that was 10 victory points we lost because we just didn't have fighters capable of bringing them down. All right, so let's do this one. We think this is going to be a drive-by kill. All right, so we have an engine for 2, an engine for 3 more, a wing, and another engine for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's do the wing and then the engine 1. That's a kill. So we didn't even get to the other engines. So we finally get one, and we thought we would. So Frey, that was a drive-by, so he doesn't get the credit, which is fine. We didn't want him to, because he could have just as easily ended up getting damaged, just like those BF-110s. So we got 2 experience and 2 victory, but we're going to lose a lot of experience because of these auxiliaries going down. Remember, we're still at 7 TP. Who's our next victim? We have an engine, so we get 2 from that. And this is an ME-410 with a cannon. Ooh, what do we got left? We got Ifland and another ME-410. I'm going to take 2 TP for this one, Alex. We'll go in nose high. Well, let's roll for the engine first. That was close. Nose high. Sun. The sun is here. I'm still going to do nose high 1. Boom and boom. All right, so we take a hit. And I'm going to roll right now. Oh gosh, we didn't even roll a 4. I thought for sure we would survive this one. This guy's gone on the wing. And we do get a hit in, so this is it. We have a cannon, so we get to draw 2. So we have an engine or a wing. I'm going to take another engine. And we get to roll a 7 to 10. And we roll 1. So we got absolutely nothing for that. That is just bonkers. All right, next one is another ME-410 with a cannon. And we have an engine, another engine, and a wing. So let's roll for the engine, another engine, and a wing. None of them hit. I'm sitting on 5 tactical points, so I will give him, well actually, he's got 5. I'll give him 0. He's coming in nose high 1. And we do a hit. So that part's good. Here's the first one. Ooh, cockpit's good. And there's the wing. That's even better because that's a kill. So we don't even have to roll. We finally got another kill. And that was an ME-410 that makes it home safely. those kills that we're getting now are giving us the experience points to offset all the experience we're going to lose when these guys show up dead. Okay, we got Ifland and an engine. So there's nothing there. There's 5 points left, so I'm going to go up to 7 here. Ifland has 2 luck and aim, so if he ever scores a hit, he gets a hit. Let's roll for sun. No sun. We're going to come in nose high 0. There's a hit, so he's going to have to use 1 luck already. Okay, so then we're going to come in tail level 1. Or tail level 2, I mean. Tail level 2, ugh, that's a 2nd luck. And I'm going to ride the tail. Oh, hold on. He's out of luck. Well, I already drew the card, but I'm no ammo and I get a hit in. I was like, I'm quitting. I don't want to lose Ifland over this. So this could have killed me, this right here. But no ammo means we're done anyways. But we do get a hit, and he has an aim, so he will get 2 hits. So that's where this is going to hopefully turn out okay. Here's hit number 1. Right there, that's a kill. That's a rudder. Yeah. So that's all he needed. So that was, even with 3 luck, Ifland still almost got killed. But he levels up again. And what am I going to give him? I should probably give him like quick so he can, switch from determined to evasive. But I'm going to give him another timing. So I'm going to give him another timing. So now he can manufacture 3 hits. There's no such thing as not enough with this guy. All right, so, before I forget, I got to give myself experience points and victory points. Okay. Now let's feel the pain. And yes, I'm looking to lose a lot of OP here because of my choices. These guys, this whole stack needs a 7 to 10 to survive. 2 are dead. 1 makes it. Oh, that's 4 dead. 1 home. That's pretty brutal. This one needs a 6 to 10. He goes home. This one needs a 7 to 10. But when I said he goes home, I mean he got killed. And this one needed a 6 to 10. So we lost them all but 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kills, or 7 auxiliaries killed from this. That's brutal. So let's recap. All right, so for the next mission, we have a -7 OP. That's huge. For experience points, we had 68. We're losing 7. We got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26. Okay, we actually lose 14. So 26 to 16, 14. So 68, 78, and 4. We're up to 82 EP. So right now we're getting more than we're spending. And then for victory points, 5, 10, 15, 20. We got a 20-pointer. 20-pointers are good. We're up to 68 BP. And we're halfway through. So if we were to do this for the rest of the game, 68 times 2 puts us over the 120 mark. So we're well on our way. That -7 OP means I'm going to probably have to breathe a bit on the next one. And I'll show you why real quick. Like, I'll still be aggressive, but like when you're playing this, you get more OP if you can just go outbound. So that gives me, 6 more here, but 4 more than this. And so then it'll only be like 3 OP short, right? And so I could do an outbound mission, make it a little bit later load. A near target would be okay. Maybe do one of those, because then even though I have an OP penalty that's hurting me, I have flak doing damage to them. And then you can see here, there's a lot of escort that will be gone. That's another thing to try. You know, I can force a 5 and force a 20. I only get 13 OP, which is no different than getting a middle one here. And then let the flak do a lot of damage to those bombers for me. That's a very interesting suggestion. So we may try that next round and then use that to recover, right? Because we have a huge OP penalty. And then once we get rid of this OP penalty, we can come back hitting hard, try to go for another 20 victory points. I personally think that if I would redo the same strategy I just did today, I could have easily gotten close to 30 victory points if those BF-110s would have just came out a little differently. I really believe that in my heart. I mean, it worked out really awful for us, but we could have just as easily gotten up to 30. Do I need 30 though? I mean, if I can just pace it, 16 to 20, I'm actually well on my way to winning this without needing more. So maybe the lesson learned is quit trying to be so cute with your pursuit. But that is why they call it the advanced game. That pursuit map is not a guarantee. It's a little cheesy at times. And I know some people have really said that pursuit map takes away from what's fun, and that's tearing down these maps up here. And I'll be honest, this is the fun part of the game, more than the pursuit map. So advanced game is definitely harder. I think that if I played the base game, it would be too easy with my skill level. Not to say that I'm not going to struggle or have bad moments, but I still think it might just be too easy. But the advanced game is too long. That's my thoughts. Because this was almost a 2-hour video, and I'm not even doing teaching anymore. I mean, everybody knows what to do. We're just sitting here seeing how well Jeff does in this campaign. So anyways, as always, thanks for watching. Stay awesome.